Tonight we follow up on a story from several weeks ago about the disposal of sometimes dangerous materials at U.S. military bases in the Middle East. Correspondent Will Carr looks at the controversy over whether the garbage sites affected the health of American service members.
Well, this is the stuff that was thrown in, that they were throwing into the burn pits, and we've started digging out. Okay, this here is oils, this is lubricants, that's a big drum of solvent.
It doesn't look like anything you want to be breathing in when it's burning.
No, it's not.
At the beginning of the Iraq War, Major John Doc Nelson says troops and contractors sucked up a constant, rancid smell that permeated from this massive open-air burn pit on his base in Mosul. Major Nelson served as a health and environmental officer at Forward Operating Base Marez in 2004.
We'd find medical waste in there, even some body parts. I found cadmium and lead batteries in there, and I'm thinking that's bad.
Fox News has discovered that similar pits as large as football fields existed next to a number of military bases during the war. Makeshift junkyards, many ignited by jet fuel and left to smolder 24 hours a day. Toxic, downright dangerous wastelands that veterans now allege have contributed to long-term health problems, including cancer.
How would you describe the smoke that was coming from it? Did it go in one direction? Was it just spreading all across the base?
When you get up in the morning and you have a wish, it's not to stay alive in the combat zone. You hope that the wind is going the opposite direction, okay? It was bad. When, especially in the desert, the air will get very hot, but it's dry. But if you had a very heavy, humid type air come in, that smoke would come down to the ground.
What was your understanding about the protocols with burn pits while you were there at Marez?
I don't know of any protocols anybody had for them.
No protocols?
Not that I know of.
Nelson says he warned top officers at the base of the dangerous chemical compounds and his concerns over the smoke everyone inhaled.
I couldn't get an answer. And when I would bring it up through my command channels, they said, well, we'll look into it. I don't know if they just were told that they was out of their league or it was above them or what, but I could never get anything done.
In the middle of a war zone, Nelson worried about the health and safety of his fellow soldiers on base. So he gathered volunteers, removed hazardous waste from the piles, and documented the process as a long-term protection for everyone. Nelson says this all could have been avoided if the Department of Defense had installed incinerators already purchased.
They didn't put the incinerators in. They had them, but they didn't install them.
Why do you think that was?
I'm afraid it was money.
At this point, the VA says research does not show evidence of long-term health problems from burn pits, but as a precaution, the VA's created a burn pit registry and more than 130,000 veterans have signed up for it. But as one vet put it to me, a registry doesn't do much when you're sick and you need help from the same government you risked your life for. Brett.
Will, thank you.